you're going to see more polished stuff. You're going to see better lighting. You're going to see better cameras. You're going to see all that. But it costs money, people. And that's another thing that I want to let all the people out in land right now, that it costs money to buy this equipment and to start stuff. So just keep that in mind. Don't go out and don't spend all your money in one spot. I'll help you do all that, but it, deep down inside, this is what it's about, and you're going to find that it's going to be a lot easier by listening to me and taking my recommendations. You don't have to do what I do, but just take my recommendations, or this worked for me, or this didn't work. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you what didn't work and what did work. So keep that in mind. Now I want to finish up with those 8 projects, and obviously, number 8, we're here today. So with that being said, I hit my goals, and in every business, and anyone out there in the land right now listening to me, and you're opening up a crafting business, watch me every Friday, because there's going to be something about it every Friday. Send me an email. If you have a question during the week, send me an email and I'll answer it. If you can't wait till Friday, I'll answer it during the week. I'm at my office, which is my apartment, people. I don't have a huge motor store. It's here in my apartment. I'm here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So send me an email and I'll help you walk through. It's just like with the classes. Send me an email, I can answer it, or even pick up the phone, and I'll be nice one time by answering your questions over the phone. No, I shouldn't say that. It just, I'm always here, and that's what I'm trying to let everyone know, that I'm not a big corporate. I don't see myself making $10 million in the next year or two. I don't want that. What I want is something that's made by hand and led by heart out of these people. Out of all of my new people, even experienced people that I kind of listen to, this is what I want. This is what I want you to hear me in land. I mean, I learned the hard way, and I'm not going to be that person and not help you from start to finish. You're going to get it from start to finish, whether you like it or not. Made by hand, led by heart is another thing. It's my way of giving back to everyone that's purchased product from me. Even if you didn't, you stopped by my booth, we talked, we met, this and that. It's my way of giving back, saying thanks, Arizona. Especially the Phoenix parking spot. A lot of my family members too. They put me on the map. I mean, and it still surprises me to this day, is the talent. I don't know where I got the talent and skills. The guy upstairs, ding dong, he gave it to you, which is, I started to seriously think about. Let me just say, someone upstairs, and we know who it is. There's only one person upstairs that gave me this talent, and he's making me do this to teach people in a way to give back on what he gave me, because he's given me something special. I'm retired. I'm having fun. I have something to do every day, and I'm giving back now, and people are going to enjoy it. And believe me, this industry is I think it was last year. I was looking at the numbers, something like a $486 billion industry, and that's a lot of crafts. I mean, you figure a stack of 50 sheets of cardstock is $3. That's a lot of paper. But anyways, just the industry is so big, and it's so broad. It's very competitive. I hope every one of these competitors are looking at me right now, and we become best friends. And that's what's going to happen. Is I'm not bad. I don't want what they do. They don't want what I do. I want to help my following. I want new followers to look, oh, this guy's pretty good. That's what I would like to see. Is I'm not going to get on Joe's Designs website and take all his customers. No, because he built his own customers. They might not like me. So again, I want new people, and I want people that walk into me and say, I seen that show and I heard about that show. I'm gonna watch it one day. They watch it and they catch on. Wow, that tmax guy is pretty good. So that's what I want. I'm not going to go steal anyone. I want people just to grow, and learn, and actually led by, just handmade, led by heart. That's all I have to say. And it's just the way I feel about it. Again, it's a little emotional, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that today's the first show. I mean, there's times that it's hard to say. I look back in July. It's Christmas in July, and then we're supposed to be starting Christmas in July here next month. I haven't bought anything yet, but I'm going to do some Christmas items. But I'm thinking back when I first did it, and I was back in my old apartment, and crafting. This is where the heart comes in. Crafting was so. It helped me grow myself and grow to love my family more. And it helped me with my stepfather when unfortunately he committed suicide. I finally got to forgive him, and it took me about a year in crafting. I was sitting down one year, Christmas in July, and again, this is an emotional piece where I want everyone to understand this. Crafting is so driven by patience, and it makes you think and wonder what you did in your past. I thought about my stepdad, and here I'm I don't know, some odd years old, started crafting, and I'm thinking back when I was 10 years old and he was my stepdad, and I'm saying to myself, boy, I hate that son of a bitch. But you know what? When I turned 18 and I got out of that house, I missed him. Because I always left my lights on in the house, and this, that, my electricity bill was up. In all honesty, he taught us kids life. And I thank him to this day that, anyways, it was great. I mean, again, that's part of the crafting, and that's where I enjoyed so much. I can't give this up. I can't seem to quit this because I'm doing Zoom meetings now with my family on Saturday mornings, Bible study. So that's something that I would have never done, there's times I miss them too because I'm somewhere. But actually, let me kind of step into this one. I am working with Mary Ellen at the State Fair for the podcast to continue through the State Fair. Maybe I can get a corner or something like that. We can do it while we're at the Arizona State Fair, which is going to be plenty of Fridays to do. I think 5 Fridays, and then Saturday mornings. I'd like to get on there and do my family Zoom meeting at the Bible study, to where my family from all over the U.S. can see Arizona, at the State Fair. But they won't be open because it's so early. The Zoom meeting is, so I won't have any customers. But just that's some of the things that's changed my life. I know my kids even said, you don't yell anymore. There's times I do, but it's kind of mellow, and you really look at what you're building, what you're creating, the colors. How am I going to take this vase and paint it? What kind of design am I going to do? My T-shirts. I mean, I make all my shirts for all my events. I mean, I want to do something different. I've used these fluorescent colors now for the last 2.5, 3 years, and it was a trending item back then. Well, I fell in love with them so much. All my shirts are all in fluorescent because you can see them 10 miles away. So I always do my shirts in fluorescent. Before we end here, I know we're pushing time right now. We're at 36 minutes. Man, I'm doing pretty good. And hopefully everyone is understanding, here's what I started, and it wasn't easy. And that was just, I'm going to say the first year of how, we were already in business and we were selling stuff. So that was the first year. The second year, and I want to go through the next 4 episodes real quick. Episode 2, it's the art of handmade, why craft matters. I want everyone to think about that. I'm not going to tell you what the definitions or anything like that because I put a lot of thought in this. Then lessons from the fair, finding inspiration everywhere. Number 4, the 4th episode, building a sustainable future in arts and crafts. Think about this one, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you going to sell your flowers? Where are you going to sell your bracelets? Where are you going to sell your beads? Where are you going to sell this? Where are you going to sell? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you find those places to look at, because I've probably been there. And episode 5, I think, is the hammer, is what got me here today on hitting my goals, is the power of creativity, mentoring, and growth. So that, I kind of wanted to lay out my first 5 years on 5 subjects. And they're the guts of the business. They're the guts of the business. That's how I'm going to start this podcast out, by saying that you're going to get the first 5 years in 5 episodes. However, they're going to be broken down over months to come. And that's where I might have some guests. I might have some other people here. Matter of fact, Jan, I'm going to mention her because Jan's probably going to listening to me right now. Jan, hi Jan. She's going to be helping me at the Arizona State Fair this year. She's an artist, and I met her last year at the State Fair, but she sat down with me at the county fair this year, and she really enjoyed what she was doing. She was building a cactus and having fun, and I kind of clicked on her. She's a very sweet lady. But I need a lady in my life, people, and I can just see her sitting right across this desk with the podcast, and her yelling at me, saying, "No, Tim, we got to stay on track. We got." But that's what it takes. Is you got to grow, and I'd love to see Ann at times sitting over there, and me asking her the questions on how she got started and what she does. I won't say anything that now, but that's what it is. That's what this show is going to be about. It's going to be about bringing people in. Whether they're friends or just, hey, I want to start crafts. I mean, I can go up to the some of the places I done before, the Salvation Army, the sergeant over there, and me and him got to be a good friend. I'll bring him on my show one of these days, and what I did for them and how it affected their homeless people program. That's huge, people. That's inspiration, and that's coming from my heart. So again, the title just keeps coming at you. It's made by hand, led by heart. So keep those 6 words, and in time, hopefully that in the next month, I'm designing all the coffee cups and the T-shirts and this and that for giveaways. So I got some great caption words. I'm gonna put on these shirts and this and that. Like a coffee cup. It's gonna have some inspiring words and stuff like that. But you're gonna see. I want everyone to understand. Made by hand, led by heart. Everyone's gonna see. And this is for anyone that loves creativity. Remember, the dreamers, the makers, the doers, the DIYers, and the people that just want to come in. God, I want to do that. And I've had those people before. Matter of fact, at the county fair when I was teaching, I had some ladies come up, super nice ladies, sat down and they put a rose together, an Abby Kirsten ruby red rose. And they thought that was the funnest time that they've ever had. I ain't kidding you, 2 nice ladies, they're probably my age. I think they're trying to take me out to dinner. No, I shouldn't say that. But anyways, they actually told me, this was fun, Tim. I mean, we really enjoyed it. You're funny, you really get me involved in it, and that's what it's all about, is get involved in what you're doing in life. I mean, get your kids involved. I mean, I keep harping on Saturday mornings, 2-3 hours, sit down with the kids and craft something. Get the TV turned off, get the cell phones put away, get everything done, and sit down. And I guarantee you that by the next Saturday, they're going to be saying, "Mom, what are we building this Saturday?" It's true, because I'm already thinking right now, what am I going to build today after I get done with the show? I already know what I have to do, and I can't wait. So that's where made by hand, led by heart comes in, and it's for all of us. You talk about craft, but also business, mindset, the stories, the wins, the lessons, everything that that I've done through the 5 years. You know, it's a whole lot of heart. So all those words I just said, it's a whole lot of heart. It's just a continuous, just having fun. There's battles. There's I mean, I don't think I ever ran into one of my competitors and say, matter of fact, I have a lot. I'm in a lot of groups in Facebook, and there's some designers out there that have people like me. In other words, I buy the files. Well, this one guy, his name is Pierre, and he bought the SVG file that I just truly love, and that's from Sandy over at Simply Crafty SVGs, the vintage flatbed truck. That guy made that truck better than me, and I was so mad. And I started thinking, why am I mad at him? It's only helping Sandy, and that's what Sandy is. She's a designer. It helps her sell more product. And so me and him always got into it. Man, I'm making this truck better. Then he started making those 18-wheelers just look outstanding, and I just gave up. I said, man, I got to get back to work. But no, in all honesty, that's what it's like. You don't want to, there's no competing in it. You learn something from those people, and I did. And that's the way when it comes from the heart. You learn something from your mentors. You always listen. Talk is less. In other words, use the 90-10 rule when you're dealing with a mentor. 90% listening, 10% talking. That's it. Just bottom line. Keep your mouth shut. Let them talk. They are the experts. So keep that in mind. I'm no expert. I'm going to highly recommend it. I'm a dang good teacher. I know that. There's a lot of little kids out there that love their pizza boxes that I make now. You know. But I had a blast at the county fair. I want to thank again Karen. You know, she really inspired us, inspired me to get on with the program. We did. We loved it. I loved it. Had 6 chairs set up, and just had a total blast. Mary Ellen, she's my coordinator, and she does a great job all the time I see her. But anyways, hey, we're walking into 43 minutes. I just really want to thank everyone. Keep in mind, handmade isn't about perfection. It's just coming from the heart. So thanks again for everyone dropping in. I'll do a recap of what I've seen on my analytics and seen 1,000 people that showed up on the first episode. Try to get the advertising out there as much as possible, but here I am. Goal 8's number done. I'm done with the first 5 years of this business. I'm going to move on from the next 5, and I'm going to have probably 10 goals. But I ain't going to start those until the 7th year, because I got a lot of work to do on these eight goals that we did. So, again, 44 minutes, 42 seconds. What a great job, Tim. tmax! Again, thanks everyone. Deuces, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.